Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about a movie that maybe 5 people have seen, and that is Mr. Right. Now, the only reason why I saw this movie is because I happened upon it randomly on the internet on some free streaming site. I don't even remember the name of it. Because for some ungodly reason, this movie has not gotten a wide release. Which is weird, because it's an Anna Kendrick, Sam Rockwell movie, and they're both pretty well-known actors last time I checked. And it's a movie written by Max Landis, the same guy that did Chronicle. A lot of people don't like Max Landis, but I think he's the most hilarious lunatic known to man. And I'm interested in some of the shit that he writes. So for those of you that have never heard of this, I really recommend you watch this movie. I'm gonna give this a glowing review. Spoiler alert. Basically, Anna Kendrick has got the worst crazy white girl syndrome you've ever seen. And she meets Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell's an ex-assassin. And now, instead of taking the jobs that people proposition him with, the people that proposition him with killing people are the ones that get killed by him. Because hiring an assassin to kill somebody is wrong. And Tim Roth is in it, and he's kind of like an old friend of his. Also, the RZA. Doesn't have a huge part in the movie, but a very memorable one. Now, at first glance, this movie kind of feels like a rom-com, because it kind of is, but there's also action and killing and death. The verbal tone of this movie is so realistic, it's ridiculous. Like, when I say Anna Kendrick is serious white girl crazy, to a T, I've met girls that act the way she acts in this movie. At least in the beginning. But then she meets Sam Rockwell, and then things kind of get shaken up a little bit. And for the first little bit, Rockwell and Kendrick are just kind of like playful, cutesy bantering with one another, which I would normally classify into like chick flick territory. But like I said, it's kind of goofy and relatable, and I actually kind of identified with it. And they both acted fucking perfectly too, so there's that. And I have to say, ever since I saw Deadpool and I heard the line, "Your crazy fits my crazy," I've applied that to like as many things as humanly possible. And the same thing kind of goes for these two main characters, because Kendrick's got the white girl crazy. Crazy enough to care about somebody who kills people. Hence the name Mr. Right. The main strength of this movie is definitely the script and the dialogue, and I can't decide which one's better, Rockwell or Kendrick, because they just play it off so fucking perfectly. And they got great chemistry and everything. That whole dynamic is just fucking flawless. And I love the action. The action was well choreographed. A lot of cool shit happens. And it kind of showcases the fact that Sam Rockwell's a fucking awesome dancer, because they incorporate that into the action. Kind of cool how they did that, actually. And not like the core villain, but the core villain's kind of like older brother. He's like a head honcho mafia guy. I thought he did a great job of like being this older brother with an anger problem, and he has like a guy next to him to remind him to breathe every time he gets angry. And there's a lot of shit like that. There's just little quirks that add layers to like everybody in the movie. If I could use one word to describe this movie, personality. This movie has a fuck ton of personality. Couple negatives though. Some of the villains looked a little bit too cartoony. Or not even cartoony, but just like a little bit contrived. The director was trying too hard to convey that they're the bad guys. Plus the two main villains kind of like overacted a little bit here and there, and that was just kind of like, the fuck, why? So they probably could have got a couple better actors to play them. And also the one thing that was kind of a little bit unbelievable was this almost like Matrix-y type thing that Sam Rockwell is capable of. Like the way they explained it, it was just kind of like slightly fantastical. Like in regards to physics, it kind of didn't make any sense. But if you think about it, every movie is kind of like an Elseworld, kind of takes place in a fictional universe, because if it was real, it would be a documentary. And you know, certain movies like The Matrix or like a Kill Bill kind of have their own mythology. Fuck physics. So it's kind of like that. So it kind of takes you out of the movie just a little bit, but then you just kind of come to accept it over the next couple of minutes. And you're just kind of like, okay, this is like pseudo-realism, but not really. And I'm speaking for like other people. I didn't give a shit. I'm just like, that's the movie. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. Like, this movie is fucking fantastic. And I totally forgot about Tim Roth. Tim Roth is in the movie, and he's great. He puts on like 5 different accents throughout the movie, and he's funny. He's got charisma. At this point, he's a fucking pro, so what would you expect? I thought that climax at the end of the movie was fucking fantastic, and the dialogue stayed awesome throughout the movie. There was no bad dialogue. And if it was bad, then another character would comment on how stupid another character sounded. Like, the dialogue was so matter-of-fact that it was funny. For rating, I'm feeling like this movie's probably about a 9.4. Villains were a little cartoony, and the whole movie actually as a whole was a bit too colorful, very vibrant. And that gets slightly visually annoying after a while. But all the other good things about the movie just kind of like overtake all that shit. So those are only mild detractors instead of major ones. So yeah, if you can find this thing, go fucking watch it. Seriously. I think you can buy it or stream it on YouTube for like $4. I'll tell you right now, do it. Probably a great date movie, or get a Netflix and chill substitute, whatever the fuck you're into. Seriously though, watch this movie. If I can find it on Blu-ray somewhere, I'm buying the shit out of it. Alright guys, that's my 2 cents. Hope it was worth it. If you did see this movie, awesome. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. Or if you didn't see the movie but you like this review, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I will see you guys later.